Oh man, our stupid level is above.
Oh, do we have any drinks? Oh, fuck.
Why are you yelling? Hey everybody, I'm Nima.
I'm Remy. Was that you? I think I'm sorry, man.
I only noticed because in the corner of my screen, I was like, oh look, our faces are right there. So yeah, we're here. We're doing it.
Yeah, sorry. Like, now you all know that I don't have a drink and I'm upset about it.
You don't have a drink? I have 2 drinks. I have water and coffee.
Oh, give me one. Wait, we're not in the same place in the world.
We sure aren't. But
so, have you been, man?
Awesome.
Cool.
Glad this season's over. But for everybody that's joining us, thank you so much. This is the last episode of our Game of Thrones season, and it's the finale. Thank you so much for joining us. If you like this show, if you like the discussions, you want to participate, feel free. The comment is open, so you can take part in the show. And for Remy, I'll try to do it this time. A lot of you might be joining looking for in-depth analysis, and Remy and I are not necessarily good enough to do that, but I think you should hang around still. We'll have fun. This is more of a after party. We're here to have fun and talk about our reactions, our theories from people who don't know much about the books or the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's party without the drugs.
Okay.
As Nima said, thanks for joining us, guys. We're going to talk about this last episode of Season 7. Wow. So awesome. So intense. So epic.
Great.
It was so good. I loved every minute of it. I think it was done so well. There's a few scenes with the music that were just, like, perfect to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're leaving so much to the imagination. Like, you're trying to figure out what that person's thinking, especially in the dragon pit scene. Wow.
Yeah.
That was cool.
The dragon pit scene when they were all walking across, and there was basically a sequence of everybody exchanging glances back and forth.
Yeah.
And in those glances, you saw the history that each one of them had. That was really badass. This episode was great.
Yeah, I think they probably planned to make this episode like that. I still was confused here and there, and they finally like wrapped up the whole Jon Snow being the rightful heir to the throne, and they did that in such a good way.
I still don't understand the significance of that. He's pledged his support to the queen, and it's not gonna he's gonna find out and be like, you know what? No, it's me now. Right.
Hopefully now they're in love and they're not gonna have an issue with it because they can rule together because they're both really the heirs to the queen. I mean, he might be more because he's a male or something like that, or he's older.
Yeah.
But how Bran is describing all the right after he talks to Sam, as he's talking to Sam, and then you see the scene with Jon and Daenerys, and that whole scene for some reason for me started when the scene before that, which was another crazy scene with Cersei and Jaime.
Yeah.
Did you hear the music there? Like how it swells up. It was so beautiful. It was perfect. And as soon as Jaime walks away, like, oh my God, is he gonna get killed by the mountain or is he not? And in the music, you see Jaime alone, and it picks up all the way to like the ending, and then you see the White Walkers and just the wall coming down. Woo!
So why didn't Jaime get killed? Because I thought
I know
Sansa said, which damn it, I keep mixing up the
Cersei did this to the mountain,
right? And the mountain I thought took out the sword, didn't he?
Maybe it's like, hey, get ready, take your sword out, and then okay, do it. But she didn't give you the okay, do it thing.
Okay.
Or maybe the mountain does have some intuition and felt like he shouldn't do it. I don't know.
No, I agree, and there was something. Obviously, there was something with the mountain in this whole episode between the mountain and the hound. How the hound came and said, "You still remember me?"
Yeah.
So there's obviously something there. Yeah. But man, that scene with Jaime, I was sitting there. I was like, man, are they gonna do it? Is Jaime gonna go out in this awesome, crazy, heroic, tragic way? But it's even better that he didn't. I loved the decision making in this episode. I didn't like this season that much at all. But this last couple episodes, just like top notch, man. Like incredible.
You didn't I don't think you liked episode 5 that much. You liked last one, which was episode 6. But before that, I don't think you liked it very much, from what I remember. But there's little things like, before, as they're, they land by King's Landing and they're walking their little party to the dragon pit, and you see the Hound telling a Lannister soldier, like, don't mess with it or I'll kill you.
Yeah.
So you're thinking the whole time, all the way until the box actually falls and the walker runs out of there, ready to bite faces. You're like, is the thing like gone? Is it dead? It's not moving right now.
Right.
Like, I mean, I had that thought, and it's so well done. I think they put that small detail, you know, with the hound telling the Lannister soldier not to touch it. Like, they put it out there on purpose. That was so well done. I loved it.
I mean, obviously it added so much tension because as soon as the hound kicked the box over, and that thing just started, you know, running,
so
booking
well done. That was so well done.
I mean, talk about like tension.
Face, Jamie's face, like everybody that's never seen one and doesn't believe it yet. All their faces were like priceless. Dude, acting on point.
Man, it's like Cersei is just so easy to hate. Like you're on board with, like, you know what? She's making the right decision. You're like, she's, you know, finally gonna do the right thing, at least for selfish reasons, but still gonna do the right thing to take care of her family. And they leave, and she's like, peace, not gonna happen. Like, it was just like frustrating. But this is the kind of shit I like about Game of Thrones.
But you know she's lying when she's like, okay, we'll fight together, blah blah blah. All I have is knowing that I helped you, so you should remember that later, so you don't come after me. But you're like, yeah, she's bullshitting. And then, do you think she's actually pregnant, or she's bullshitting her brothers?
No, I think she is. Because at this point, she lost a brother.
Yeah. And then Jaime just trots along. Snow's falling. I think now he's in the right fight for reals. Yeah,
and you know, Jaime being the good guy that he is. Which, you know, the episode ended with Jon Snow, or whatever his new name is, and Daenerys, you know, making love, and what's his name? Tyrion.
Yeah, what was the deal with that? So I don't understand.
There seems to be some jealousy there, which I didn't know was a thing.
I don't think so.
So why was he standing there looking all disappointed?
I don't know. Maybe he knows. Maybe he's just.
How would he know?
I don't know. It's Tyrion. Maybe he knows, but maybe also he's just like, oh man, this is just going to create problems in the future. You know, these young kids are letting their passion get over their, you know, what their mission, what they're supposed to do with killing the White Walkers. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think Tyrion thought he had a chance with the Queen. I don't think he was after that at all. So I don't understand why they stayed on that, you know, scene of him for so many seconds, just looking very like disappointed / new / I don't know. I don't know.
Like, the reason I say it's jealousy is because of the editing. They made the editing choices that way for a reason. Maybe we're not picking up on something. And B, like, every person who becomes the hand of Daenerys somehow at some level falls in love with her. Like, I thought they're all like in love with her.
When we first see Tyrion's back, for a second I think it's Jorah, because he's going to be jealous of this.
Right. But no, Jorah gave up. Jorah was like, you know, he's like, you're the better man and stuff. Like,
right, sure, yeah, probably. But it's interesting they brought Tyrion in the mix in that scene in the end. Maybe they're trying to say something. And okay, so before that, you see Tyrion and Cersei speak, and Tyrion's like, you know, they're talking about their family, and there's theories out there that Tyrion is a Targaryen as well. So if that's the case, maybe they're hinting at it by having him, you know, the last scene where he's behind the door of them having the love-making session. Maybe he's a Targaryen.
If he's a Targaryen, he would be the oldest male Targaryen, right?
I guess so. Which would make him the heir to the throne.
Where is that rumor coming from? Like,
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think the rumor comes from his mom being raped or having some kind of affair with another Targaryen. Because Jon's dad, he had like a brother or two brothers and a sister, something like that.
We're talking about Jon's real dad now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, did you catch Jon's real name? I forgot it already.
It was a name that I feel like it's not the first time I've heard it. I feel like I've heard that name a lot. But let me see. Let me find out. I can Google it really quick.
And then, oh my gosh, the scene with Littlefinger dying. Wow.
So good.
But I feel like they...
Aegon.
Yeah. I feel like that's that whole... You know, they build it up for like 3-4 episodes. And as soon as Arya came back, they made some kind of tension build up. Little did we know that they were actually conspiring together to throw down Littlefinger. That was done pretty well. But at the same time, it wasn't done well because, you know, me and you have been talking about it the past few weeks, and we're like, why are they like fighting? Why are they having this moment of tension? There's no reason for it.
Do you think the fighting was fake, or do you think they were actually fighting and they realized in this episode
I don't know.
that they shouldn't?
I think they realized just last minute, like last episode, or, you know, that, wait a minute, he cheated both of us, let's get rid of him. But the tension they try to produce between them in the past few episodes was kind of, to me, it was like, okay, something else is going on, and I think the production is lacking in something, because I'm seeing some kind of bullshit happening as far as the production goes, or writing, or whatever. Again, they did a phenomenal job. I'm just being a dick, but whatever.
No, I think you can still say like it was an incredible episode and still point out flaws about it. Like for me, this was a great episode, but it had the same exact flaw that the Return of the King had. The Return of the King had a problem that it just went on for way too long, and there was something like 6 different endings where you were like, all right, cut it here, and it would have been perfect. I think that this show had that problem where they could have
not this episode.
I feel like it did, absolutely. Like the whole sequence that happened at the wall. Right, you know, the very ending, they could have cut it right before that sequence and have had
before the wall falls,
before the sequence even starts. They could have ended it there and start season 8 that way, or cut it halfway through that sequence and pick up again in season 8.
Right.
There was a bunch of different things closer to the end of, like, when we're talking about literally like the hour mark of this episode, like it builds up and you're like, this is a great climax, just, you know, leave it right here. It's a cliffhanger. You have me coming back for the next season. Right. Like, nope, we're just gonna keep going, and then builds up again. Like, oh, this would be the perfect cliffhanger. End it right here. You have me wanting to come back for season 8. Nope, they just keep going, and then it comes back again. I'm like, at the wall. That's a perfect thing, because you start season 8. The teaser of season 8 could be this crazy battle, destruction of the wall.
Hey, welcome back, fan. Too many storylines. I mean, I think they just started getting rid of a lot of the storylines that did not matter in the past few seasons, few episodes too. But I think that was this episode that had like a lot of good stuff going on at once. They're able to like have all these different storylines and put them all together in scenes like the Dragon Pit. Like you got Jaime and Brienne of Tarth, you got the Hound and his brother, you got Tyrion and Cersei, you got everyone in there, like just like closing all these like things and make you think, what are they thinking? That was amazingly done.
No, I completely agree. I think that's one of the reasons I love this episode so much, is all the crazy different storylines that are going on in this show are now physically in one place, and it makes it a lot easier to follow. You don't have to worry about this time jumps that they do when they cut from, you know, one group to another. Everything is more or less happening in real time with one group of people. So that's one of the reasons I actually genuinely really like
know, right? Because like in the past few seasons, it was like, okay, this could be happening a year later than this, and this could have a few months difference, so it doesn't matter. Storylines eventually collided right here in this season, really. I was surprised that Euron Greyjoy was actually faking it, because now he's going to go pick up another army. If he was faking it, then he was genius at like taking the opportunity to like be like, oh, all right, well, I'm out, peace. Where it was a ruse.
I mean, that seemed kind of lame to me when I found out, because I think it would have been great if he actually did, you know, betray. It could not have been so much betray, but give up on the what do you call it, the force that they've joined together.
Yeah,
but when
he's going to betray Cersei, because like he's probably way more attracted to Daenerys at this point, because she's way prettier.
Really?
Or more attractive.
I so disagree, but
no, Cersei is she's a beautiful actress. She's just like, but still, like from this guy's point of view, he's probably like, ooh, younger younger meat.
But man,
So he probably wants to go for that.
And his niece coming back strong in this episode, and you're just like, go man! Like, what's his name? Theon. Theon kicked ass this episode. Like,
I know, that was cool. That was really cool.
There was a moment that Theon and Jon Snow were having this discussion, and it was a beautifully written scene. It was touching, but in the back of my head, I'm like, Theon's a coward. Did somebody pay him to kill Jon Snow right now? Is that what's happening?
I know. I was like, oh, is he gonna kill Jon Snow right now?
But it was actually a moment of, like, you know, maturity, and it was awesome.
So probably now, so he's gonna be able to rescue his sister and maybe take over that whole fleet and cancel the whole 20,000 mercenaries army that Cersei paid. Yeah, that was kind of a bad comment, but glad you like it, fan. Cersei paid for these 20,000 like troops pretty much, and maybe Theon's gonna be able to like not make that happen. And then is Jaime going alone now? Like, is he going to be able to take his army with him? Like, what's the deal? What's going to happen?
I mean, does Jaime even have an army? I don't think Jaime has an army, right? Jaime was only leading King's Landing, the Lannister. He's going to go join him north. He's going to fulfill his pledge.
But by himself?
Yeah.
And I don't understand this whole pledge thing. Like, pledge to who?
Yeah, I mean, was
to the committee of let's fight the White Walkers.
I think that was one thing that I kept thinking. It bugged me about the writing of this episode. Like, especially when that moment he keeps saying, "I pledge to go north. I will do it. This is what we said." And I'm like, obviously, I know they're implying that he did, but as far as what I saw, he never did. Like, he's only saying that. So I get it. I assume that they're saying, you know, our family pledge, so I'm going to go along with it. But say it a different way. At the same time, I think it's really like sorry, one of my devices just went off. His character is still one of my favorites. And the fact that he's going up alone still makes him one of my favorites ever. Yeah. But I'm kind of wondering where he's going, and I'm kind of wondering...
Yeah, I have no idea where he's going, man. Like, no clue. Like, we don't know where he's going. He might not even... He might be going alone. He might not. He escaped death, really, because he knew his sister wouldn't do it. So she didn't say, hey, yeah, go ahead, kill him to the mountain. If I was waiting for a badass fight...
I was waiting for, you know, the moment that Cersei like does a head nod, and you hear at least you hear something the mountain do in the background. I thought it was not even going to be a battle. Like, I thought you were just going to see his head fall off immediately, and I was just like, man, like, right? And this would be the first time where a character I'm really attached to in this show is dying, because the rest of the characters that have died, I'm like, it's fine, I don't care. But
now it's like, I mean, now out of all the characters, well, Littlefinger's dead, satisfying for a lot of us. Who else? Who are the other main characters that if they die, we won't feel bad?
We won't feel bad?
No, yeah, except for Cersei. Everybody wants her dead now, but... And maybe the Mountain.
No, the Mountain, I feel like the Mountain would be really cool if they actually brought him back in...
Yes.
In an articulate kind of way. Right. Because if he dies right now, it's a zombie dying. I'm not going to care. But have him say something. Have him say, I love you, bro, before he dies. Like, do something. That way you feel
like bad. A Darth Vader and Luke scene.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I was way too old when I saw that scene, but for the generation that was seeing that movie when it first came out, that was a big moment. Like, they can have something like this. And you know what? It bugs the hell out of me that they have Cersei be this character, this evil character that basically took the place of, you know, her evil kid that everybody wanted to die. Now she is that person. It's kind of annoying because she's really smart, but she does things that don't make any sense at all. Like the fact that, you know, in the pit scene, right? She was saying that they were talking about the White Walkers, and she was like, I don't believe you. I think it's a joke. Why would one of the most powerful queens ever, who is able to think of everything and outsmart everybody, think the White Walker thing is a joke? Like, she's literally sitting in the same place as
dragons. Especially when she just saw a dragon for the first time.
Right.
That was pretty dumb of her. But again, like, maybe she knew, but...
It's part of her ploy this whole time? Okay, that could be the case. Yeah.
At the same time, like, okay, now she knows the White Walkers are real for realsies. And she's obviously scared of them. But putting myself in her shoes, it's like, okay, Jon Snow figured out that if you burn them with dragon, they'll die, and if you kill them with dragon glass, which he has collected and is making weapons with right now, they'll die. So she's probably like, okay, let them fight the bad people. It looks like they have it handled, and whenever they're done, I'll just kill off whoever's left over and be done with all my enemies, which is a very smart way to go about it.
I mean, is it? So
yeah.
I mean, if the idea is that this is a zombie force, whatever line they cross, everybody becomes part of their force. And she was saying they are already 100 something thousand deep at least.
Well,
and
then
Cersei has only 20,000.
Yeah, but maybe she's banking on Jon Snow and Cersei and Daenerys to actually beat the White Walkers. In which case, she only has to kill the remaining armies. Because if Jon Snow wins, they're just going to burn every dead body out there. But if the White Walkers win, then that's an extra 50,000 men for their armies. And then Cersei can be like, oops.
And we only have one season left. Is that all we have left?
Yeah.
That's interesting because, like, I was looking at the map, and the whole world of this lore is massive. Like, this little continent that they're in is only a small western port of this,
Yeah.
So, like, it would be great to expand it to go to the other continent and,
Well, if it's winter, it's going to freeze over.
Where's going to freeze over? Everything?
The water.
Oh.
I don't know. Like, they don't even know how wintry it's going to get.
Okay.
I don't even, like, if it's going to get really wintry, because it's been summer for, like, quite some time, quite many years. It's going to get really bad. They're not going to even have enough food to survive, and if that's the case, why is the dead army even bothering, just wasting their energy? And by the way, I was remember when we asked ourselves the question, is the dragon going to spit fire or ice?
It's fire.
It's blue fire, I guess.
Yeah. At first, I did go through it. I was like, oh, cool, they did the ice thing. I was like, no, it's just blue flames.
Yeah. So in Game of Thrones, we've seen regular, red fire. We've seen green fire, and now we've seen blue fire.
Where was it? Oh, yeah.
The wildfire that they burn the ships with. So pretty cool, huh? Zombie Mountain. Yeah, he's gonna be with Brienne. Yeah, I'm thinking about Brienne now. Well, we don't know if Tormund is dead or alive because he was at the wall when Blue Dragon of Death Doom destroyed it, and we have no idea if he's dead or not. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him next season.
Yeah, I think he was. They implied that he's coming back
as a White Walker.
No, I think I think the way I picked up that whole sequence is that the wall was crashing in front of him, not while he was on it.
Dude, they didn't have time to make it all the way down. It's like
no. Not all of the wall crashed. They just went back. Yeah. Maybe. We'll see.
If that's the case, then they need to stay put. But at the same time, like if you're, why don't the White Walkers go and finish everybody off to fatten their army up? Because
here's the thing: if the White Walkers they don't know that there's people up there. All they care about is just moving forward, which was going to be actually one of my questions to you. What's the motivation of this army? Like, I get what they're doing it, the mystery that you don't know makes them terrifying and all that, but like, is there politics involved in any way? Like, is it mentioned in the books?
No, well, all they mention is the White Walker. The first White Walker was created by the children of the forest to defend themselves from human. So they took a human, they turned him into a White Walker, and then they defeated the. No, they didn't defeat the human. Then the White Walker became a problem, and the children of the forest and the humans had to fight the White Walker, and they never explained anything else.
So we genuinely don't know. Obviously, aside from the evil thing. Okay.
We have no idea.
I'm kind of wondering, is there any of the children of the forest left? Or was that sequence in the last season literally signifying that they're all dead now?
Well, I think they were the last ones, the one we saw.
Okay. Because I was thinking, like, are they in somehow backwards way trying to defend the children of the forest still?
I don't know. You know what's going to happen, man?
What?
It's going to be like Lord of the Rings. We keep coming back to Lord of the Rings because we know that J.R.R. Martin was inspired by Tolkien. It had to be.
Oh, yeah. He's already said it. He's absolutely said it.
So I think the way it's going to come down, it's going to be kind of like the battle I think the last battle of Middle Earth, like where at the very end when you think we all lost, you get Aragorn, the king, whatever, coming back with the army of this like the green ghosts, people from the caves, mountains and stuff. I think maybe the children of the forest are gonna save the day at the end and come help the humans defeat the White Walkers. Okay, and I think by that time Cersei's gonna be dead, and it's literally gonna be a fight at the end.
I mean, I think that's interesting, but I hope at that point we see some sort of a redesign of the Children of the Forest, because every time they came on last season, I believe it was when they were kind of introduced, or a season before that, they look, I mean, I apologize in advance, they look kind of lame. They look like really cheap makeup on small little women. That's all it was. Like, I don't know. I feel like now that this show is picking up, and it's sad that there's only one season left, do a better job if you are going to bring the Children of Forest
They
back.
might milk it, man. They might milk it. This was supposed to be the last season.
But they said they're going to extend it, basically make it 2 seasons of shorter, less episodes, but longer.
And if they're really smart, they'll close everything up with a movie that comes out a year or 2 after the last episode ever comes out.
But remember, they're going to do at least one spinoff. I think they already announced that it's not going to be multiple spinoffs. It's going to be just one, but still.
I wonder what and who.
I honestly, like when you mentioned milking it, I don't know why they're not. Like,
I know, right?
I don't know why.
Biggest show ever.
Like, do you think HBO would have lost that many viewers if they just waited a year or 2 more? I don't think they would have.
I think HBO is going to turn Game of Thrones into what Disney's doing with Star Wars now, because it is the science fiction freaking like epic of our time, like our generation.
I mean, fantasy. Yeah.
I mean, Star Wars is still going strong, but this is the new thing. This is like beating Lord of the Rings like hard.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know about beating, because the kids these days probably don't know much about Tolkien. I think, actually, you know what? I'm pretty sure it's still required reading in school. But the thing with Game of Thrones is that it all depends on the rights of who owns the story. If George R.R. Martin still owns the rights and HBO can't, like legally can't produce anything afterwards, then they're done. They're just trying to get as much of it in before the rights expire. Now, if he just cares about money, he might have been like, yeah, just keep going. I don't care.
I don't think he cares about money. I think when this is over and the books come out, the last book or books come out, he's going to do something completely different with it. I would. I think Throne universe, yeah.
That would be, I mean, it would be really cool, but it just depends, like the comparison with Tolkien. Tolkien, like, he didn't start out wanting to write the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit, and the one that came before that, I can't even pronounce the name. Like, he wanted to write a language. Like, that's basically, he's a linguist, so that's basically where all of this started. And then he created a world. He didn't even write the books. He wanted to create the world and the races, and then eventually over time he was like, might as well have a book now.
Hey, he probably just saw a story developing.
Right. So, I mean, the comparison is really similar. George R.R. Martin might be doing the same thing, where these books came out of his ambition to create a world, and all of a sudden they were just built. So even though he said, I think the next book is the last one, he might be like, I have more shit to write now.
The books are huge, and you ask anybody who's read all the books and are very passionate about Game of Thrones, they'll tell you that there's so many minute details in the books that don't really matter. So it was just him writing his brain off, which is great. But then a lot of wasted pages, if you don't call them wasted, but a lot of, like, you know, they don't add anything to the story other than creating this like bigger world.
Oh,
which
so it's
I guess
like
adds to the
details?
story. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. No, I mean, there are writers that do that. There are writers that don't do that. I appreciate it either way.
I would like to take a moment to thank everybody watching right now. Means a lot, guys. And thank you, Fan, for talking to us at the moment. And thank you for Targarinka and the other people.
I'm not the one with names. Nope.
Oh,
don't put me on the spot. I appreciate everybody who watches us, who takes parts. I'm not going to remember most people's names.
We have a few people who keep watching us. Thank you, guys. And for the new ones, please subscribe. We have no idea what we're going to do next, but
you can tell us. tell us what you. Yeah. One of the things we care about the most is we want to be able to find a new show to start if we can at the very beginning of it. So let us know what's coming out soon, and we'll look into it and see if we can do it or not.
We'll definitely do next season of Game of Thrones, and we'll definitely do the, the potential prequels for the follow-up, story that HBO is making another. What's the word? Spin-off, and which is like fan says probably going to be like the previous sagas of this whole universe of Westeros and stuff.
And before, I have something to say about the first few thousand years of the prequels. But for those of you guys that are joining, if you care about the kind of shows that we know we're for sure going to do, just like Remy mentioned, we're definitely doing Game of Thrones. We're definitely going to do Westworld when it comes out. And then we're definitely going to do Stranger Things in a couple months. But if the prequels are the story about doing the first, a few thousand years back, I would love that. And I was reading up on, damn it, we keep going back to Tolkien. Everybody talks about how, the events in Lord of the Rings were just epic. It was unbelievable. It was like, life and death of the world. They were saying that was nothing compared to what happened 1,000 years ago in that universe. And we still don't have, because nobody has the rights to it, if I'm not mistaken. We're not going to see that. But
that's the beauty of it. Like the writer makes a story, and the story is so cool because there is a little information that we know about the past of this world, and so it's pretty cool. Britannia,
I've heard that.
Louis, please expand. Louis, Shihan.
Louis, are you Lois, Louis, or what? That's the type of name. Just because I'm not American, I will always mess up. Always.
It's probably Louis. There's a Louis without the O. That's Louis. But anyways, Walking Dead. We love this stuff, this science fiction stuff, but I guess The Walking Dead would be good, Nima, because it gets deep into like philosophical, not really, but kind of.
It definitely does. Yeah.
So yeah, why not? It's already in season 8 now, and it's like, do we really want to do that?
Ooh. Britannia is an upcoming historical period drama that's on Sky, so it's a British show, and it's going to come to Amazon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, I will check that out. Why not?
Louis. Okay, got it. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining us. And Fan, again, you're awesome for hanging out. You guys can let us know your thoughts about the show, this finale, or this season as a whole, because we're going to take this episode to not only talk about this latest episode, but also what happened in the last season and what we're thinking is going to happen in the next season as well. Which, do we even know when that next season's coming out?
No, they shot everything, so next year, hopefully, probably. It's just editing at this point and special effects.
What?
Better Call Saul. You're talking about this next season of Game of Thrones, right?
It's already shot? It's already done?
Yeah, they're done shooting.
So they're done?
Yeah, it might have been fake news. I don't know, but yeah, pretty sure.
That's kind of sad.
I know, it's kind of sad.
It's going to be so weird seeing these guys in more shows and more like famous. Black Mirror Fan, I can't tell you how badly I want to watch the last season and get Remy to watch the next season. That's a good show for us. But the problem is the Netflix thing.
Well, it's Netflix, yeah, but wait, it's Netflix, but is it the regular Netflix format where everything comes out at once? Because I heard Black Mirror, every single episode is different.
It is.
It's not following a storyline.
No, it's not. And no seasons follow the other season, and no episode follows the next episode.
I don't know if I'm going to like that, but I'll give it a shot.
Like,
but
they're
again,
basically
Netflix,
short
so
films.
How do we do this Netflix thing? We still don't know.
Black Mirror makes it a lot easier because Black Mirror you do per episode, and there's people that watch have seen, what is it? I think we're 2 seasons or 3 seasons into Black Mirror now, and they will say 1 episode. That's the 1 episode you need to watch because that's going to change the world, right?
Nice.
There are others that were like all 6 sucked. It just depends on what you like or what you don't like. That's so we can do per episode, but we'll see.
So what do you think is going to happen
in next season?
Is Rhaegar Targaryen, right? Or am I not? Am I completely mistaken here?
I'm not sure. one thing I do like about the ending of this episode, as much as I liked everybody being together in this and not only in this finale, but this season, they were coming closer and closer physically together. But by the end of this episode, they were separated. Like a big group of them were separated. You know, the two, Arya and Sansa are together. Jon Snow and Daenerys are together with Tyrion. And then, you know, Jaime's by himself. So I like the fact that they get separated out, because then you can have more drama that way.
Yeah, they're just setting it up for next season and how they're going to close it up. We don't know if Jaime's alone or has his army with him. We don't know that.
I assume he doesn't, though. There would be no reason for him to have an army.
I assume he doesn't either, but at the same time, like, I mean, he can quickly take his army because he's the commander and ride away with it.
Yeah, but the queen is just pure evil. Who would go against her?
We know that Jon Snow and Daenerys are on their way to Winterfell.
Shagging all the way there.
Yeah. We know that the White Walkers have penetrated the wall. And yeah, I think Rhaegar is... I might be completely wrong here, but I think that's Jon Snow's dad or an uncle or something. Or no, I think that's Daenerys' dad. I think. I don't know. Correct me, Abel.
I'll look it up. Yep. It's Jon Snow's dad, I think.
Okay. He might have been crazy. Yeah, he might have been completely evil. But the whole story of him kidnapping Jon Snow's mom, which was Ned Stark's sister, that's he didn't kidnap her or rape her. They were actually in love, which makes everything different. So was he a crazy person or not? Who knows? He was the Mad King's brother, so who knows if he's crazy or not. I really think Theon's gonna save the day there.
I mean, what if you think Theon's gonna save the day? Do you think anything's gonna happen with Tyrion? Because I keep thinking that Tyrion's gonna flip sides. If Jaime's flip sides, then he should too.
You mean Jaime? If Jaime switched sides, you think Tyrion's gonna go back to Cersei?
Not for that specific reason, but for dramatic purposes of the show.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still baffled. Maybe Fan or Abel can help us with that. I'm confused why we see Tyrion at the end as Jon Snow and Daenerys are brown. Why does he make this face of like? It was not. I don't know what it was. It was disappointment / disgust / confusion. We know he's not jealous. I don't think he wants to be with Dany, but maybe he wants to be with Jon Snow. I don't think so. Who knows? What was that about, guys? Can you help us, Abel, Fan? I beg you.
Abel and Fan, just let you know, I'm in the boat that I think he was jealous. But at the same time, I may not be good at reading people's faces, so it could have been disappointment. It could have been worry. It may not be anything else. There's
another thing there. Oh, well, earlier when I said, there's theories that Tyrion is a Targaryen, so they might have interjected his little scene sequence in there to kind of get people to think about it. Also his brother and sister incesting, making children, and now he's worried that those two are making children, but he doesn't know yet that Jon Snow is, unless he knows already that they're blood related. So confusing. I don't know why Tyrion's face was that way.
I think that you might have hit it on the spot. And Fan, the miscarriage for Cersei, we can talk about that in just a second. But I think he might be just sad for Jon Snow, because he already knows that Daenerys has said that she can't have kids. So he's seeing two people that he fall in love, that he knows they won't have a future. Maybe that's what it is. Is
Tyrion really that deep of a romantic or whatever?
I mean, he's a good guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. As far as Cersei's miscarriage, we don't even know if she's not bullshitting everyone into thinking she's pregnant. And yeah, I mean, she might not be pregnant at all. What good is that going
to do? What good is that lie going to do? She already lost Jaime.
Well, I know, but I don't know. But maybe she doesn't need that lie anymore. Maybe she lied to Jaime. Remember when she told Jaime this, and she was able to change his mind or something. Yeah. And now with Tyrion, and she might be like, "Look, I'm pregnant, so yeah, I get the cause. I'll help. I'll help out." Keep in mind, we don't know what happened at the end of that conversation between Tyrion and his sister.
Right, and that's what Abel just said.
They might have colluded, and maybe now Tyrion is already on the bad side.
That would
don't know. That would be epic, right?
Yeah. Like I like
maybe,
tragic.
Maybe that's why he had this face moment.
Maybe because he knows he has to do something. Right?
Maybe he had to. You know, compromise with something to get Cersei to like come back to the dragon pit, and he knows that it's might be the demise of one of those two, and now he knows they're in love and he's feeling sad. I could see that kind of like hopeless romanticism in him.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe he might have promised her something. Oh yeah, Abel just already had the commented on that I just talked about.
Sorry, man, you're ahead of the game. It's good.
Abel really is. So much to think about.
What else could possibly happen in the next season?
I don't know.
Is this going to be a kind of thing where they wrap up all this story arc? Is it going to be a kind of thing where they leave it and anything could happen? Like, I know Fan was joking around about, the Throne universe. That's one thing I actually really don't like, is the fact that everything is becoming this universe that we're not getting complete story arcs anymore, where there isn't a concrete beginning and a concrete end anymore. Everything's being turned into, it's a whole cinematic universe that's going to continue into multiple different shows, multiple different movies. That's sad. I get why they're doing it, but it's sad when it comes to storytelling.
That's because we're like the last generation of that old school, like, one thing, badass piece of art, it's done, let's move on. Now the new thing is the universes, man.
I mean, it feels good
because it makes money. It's great. It's addicting. It's lovely.
Yeah, addiction is definitely the word for it. When you're watching something and all of a sudden it's a surprise or whatever, it connects to something else you've seen before. It genuinely feels good and exciting. But at the same time, I think it's kind of boring. Like Better Call Saul, I hear it's a great show, and I hear the main actor carries it all the way through. But at the same time, I haven't watched it yet because I'm like, I already saw Breaking Bad. I already saw one of the best shows ever.
It's nothing like Breaking Bad in a way.
Yeah, but Breaking Bad took a huge risk.
They wouldn't do it.
I know.
Breaking Bad took a huge risk and it paid off. Better Call Saul is slightly different. It gives more of the same thing, but in a different way. And again, the main actor really carries the show. A lot of good supporting actors, though.
Okay.
Anyways, what do you think is going to happen, man? How's this going to end? I don't think they're going to leave it as open-ended as you just suggested. I think there's going to be a new king or queen, whatever. A lot of drama happening in between.
John's going to die. John's going to die. Yeah. He's going to sacrifice himself for Daenerys.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know, man.
I think this is something that I'm gonna say definitely, but I feel like it's gonna happen. Is John is gonna find out that he's the proper heir to the throne, and knowing that, he's still gonna sacrifice himself for Daenerys.
Probably, he's like in love. That's his second girlfriend. I mean, more Littlefinger. Maybe he comes back as a White Walker.
Or wait, did you mean as a whole show about Littlefinger?
That would be awesome because he's such a good actor.
Talking about people coming back as White Walkers, wasn't it always rumored that the Stark Queen was going to come back as a White Walker?
Nope. In the book, she is... I haven't read the books. My wife has. In the book, she comes back as this thing.
Not a White Walker.
I don't think she is. She comes back and wants to get revenge on Brianna. I think she kills Brienne in the book.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, why?
Yeah.
What revenge?
No idea. Oh, because she failed to
protect her daughters?
Yeah.
So is one of them gonna die?
I don't know, but But in the book, this happens like really early on in the thing. It happens really early on. So I don't know.
Because every time they cut to a shot of the White Walkers, I'm like, wait, is this it? Are they going to reveal a character coming back? But they're like, nope, just a whole bunch of extra zombies.
Lady Stoneheart, that's right. Someone else read the book. Hey, Fan?
So there's no chance of her coming back as what I'm describing. But
no, dude, so far, in the show, they've brought back a lot of things from the book that people have been wanting to see. Like, remember last episode, we see this ginormous bear?
Yeah.
That bear was in the books, but way earlier in the storyline. It's actually Sam that encounters the bear in the storyline, like way earlier on. So they keep bringing things back. I don't think in the book so far you see a white dragon. By the way, how's that thing able to fly with all these holes in his wings?
I genuinely hated that. I was like, why? We know, like, you don't need to make it look like a zombie. We already know it switched sides. It has a blue eye. It does a blue fire. Like, you don't need to put holes in its wings.
I know, it's not, but he can't fly properly that way.
Frustrating.
I still think that Bran is the White King, the Night King, the Ice King. I don't know.
Ice baby.
Ice King.
For those of you that don't know, this is a theory that Remy brought up last episode. Is the Night King is basically Bran down the timeline, and I'm all on board with it because it would be badass and they look similar. Shit floats, bro.
Love it. I have no idea what that means, but it's funny.
Oh man. So, but again, if that's something that's happening, even the directors mentioned the fact that the timeline is happening too fast for the point of the audience even picking up on things, and they acknowledge that. But then if all that needs to happen in the next season, that's even going to be worse. Next season's going to be nothing like this season. It's going to move like that.
No. I think they made a conscious decision to make this season go so fast. Because now the walkers are like on their way to Winterfell. So, I mean, they could get there super quickly. And that might be the big battle that we're waiting for. I don't know if they're going to make it all the way to King's Landing.
But they're going to make it to Winterfell soon, though, because I'm looking at the map and it's not that far.
So they might have made all this happen really fast in this season to make it super slow the next season.
Okay.
Because a lot's going to happen. Jon Snow's going to find out he's a Targaryen and the right heir to the throne. Jaime's switched alliance, whatever that's going to do to the storyline. I mean, and I believe Sam has some kind of like secret ways to get rid of the White Walkers. I think he's going to figure some stuff out if he hasn't already.
Where are Jon and everybody sailing to? I know they mentioned. Do you remember where it was? And for those of you guys in the comment,
they're probably going back to Dragonstone to get ready.
Okay.
It's to finish making the weapons, or they're just gonna land closer to. Maybe it's faster to go this way for Winterfell.
Okay.
Or I don't know. Maybe they're going to the siege at the Tyrell's house, castle. I don't know what it's called.
But why? They already lost. I mean, they gained that, but they lost at the same time. It was something that the Lannisters strategically gave up because they said it wasn't important. Right?
Right. But they're still getting ready to fight Daenerys' unsullied army.
Okay.
Who's Azor Ahia? Hi.
There's a lot of Googling going on in this episode. Hold on.
Don't tell anyone, Nima. Thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate the commenting. Makes our life easier, and it's funner that way.
Yeah, I have no idea who Azor Ahai is because when I Google,
I think that's another theory that he's the Night King.
Who's that though? Because when I Google that name, like literally almost every character comes up, so I don't know who that could be.
What?
Oh wait, no, I'm so confused.
How cool would it be if, like, through discussion like this with people, figure it out? That'd be so cool.
Fan, help me out here. Who's Azor Ahai or Ahai? Because I see pictures of Jon Snow looking like an undead, but Jon Snow never dies.
Let's talk about this. Like, out of all the characters that we're seeing right now, all the characters that we like, who's going to become the White Walker? Oh, the Lord of Light.
Honestly, somebody made a joke about it, but I think the Mountain will.
That's a good comment, Abel. Thank you for that.
Is he the Night King aware of the... Oh, is the Night King aware of the Lord of the Light? Are they secretly at war? Questions need answered. Well, there's the Lord of the Light, and there's also the God of Death, right?
Huh.
Who somebody mentioned there's a group of people that worship the god of death. Who am I mixing up shows at this point?
I think maybe I think it's the Lord of Light. Yeah, Fan, you're right. No one knows. Speculation is fun though. I don't know if the Night King's aware of the Lord of the Light and how powerful is the Lord of the Light. So far, we haven't really seen what he can do. Can he? Just that some priests and priestesses are able to resurrect people from the dead. That could mean a lot of different things.
Well, I mean, in the last episode, what's her name? The redheaded queen, like whatever her name was. She has a beautiful name, and I completely forgot.
Melisandre.
Yes. She was implying that this is all part of plan for Lord of the Light, right? Like they've all known where it's going to end, and it's just moving along, and they're helping things move along. So he might be the most important, and we might actually see more of him, because the only time we've ever even... Wait, was that ghost figure that came out like in season 3 and like it was killing people like a couple times? Is that Lord of the Light, or is that just one of the minions?
I think that was Melisandre's trick to get Stannis to go apeshit. Sorry for pardon my French, people. The old god, blue-eyed giant. Blue-eyed giant.
The old god and the new. The old god, blue-eyed giant, and the new god, light.
Like the giant, like...
No.
Who are now White Walkers?
No, I don't think that's what they're implying, but that's... Wait, maybe it is. Oh, God, this is so interesting. I think they might be right. It might be the main giant that we ever... Like, you know how there was one giant in the last season that they're actually... had talk, I think, and it was in the meetings and all those things. There might be, because I'm looking up that name and there's a bunch of theories about that one giant.
But he's dead, and now he's a White Walker.
He's a White Walker.
They burned him.
No,
we see a lot of White Walkers, though.
Right. You mean giant White Walkers?
I want to know who came up with all these dragon eggs at the first season.
I'm trying not to look at that comment and laugh about it, but I won't.
Oh, I didn't even see that yet.
Oh man, Abel. You know, you do you, man. Just never change.
Or women, we don't know.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I don't know. I'm starting to make nonsense here. What else haven't we covered? What have we not covered? Lord of Light. Where is Melisandre? She took off as soon as Jon Snow landed at Dragonstone. She's like, oh, I'm out, peace. Where is she at?
Well, didn't she imply that she was gonna go where she dies? And I thought she said she was gonna die there. King's Landing, maybe? Where she said she was gonna die somewhere.
I don't know. I don't remember. I think she was having a conversation with the bald Buddha dude.
Bald Buddha.
Varys, Lord Varys. And Varys is like, don't come back here. And she's like, oh, I'll come back here if I want. If I want to die here, I'll come back here.
No, she was saying she'll come back there because she will die there. And the same with Lord Varys. That's what she was saying. Is that they were
King's Landing.
But they weren't
King's Landing is gonna. Do you think King's Landing is just gonna go up in flames?
I don't know, but I like the fact that we saw a lot more of King's Landing, because we used to see a lot of King's Landing in the last seasons, but we barely saw much of it, and it's gorgeous. Amazing city.
Yeah.
And man, that sequence that, the snow starts and you see King's Landing and
so
snow.
Good.
So
that
good.
Was so cool. That was so cool. That was really cool. I wonder where he's going.
Jamie?
I wonder where Jamie's going, yeah. He's like one of my favorite characters too. I like him better than Jon.
Dude, Jon has this character flaw that I hate when characters are written this way, that he's just good. He's constantly always good. Yeah. He's really annoying.
I think it's his face that I don't like, but that's just me.
Oh yeah.
But no, he's good. Like he's the rightful king at this point in the storyline. He is the king. He should be on the throne.
Yeah,
what
I
happens
don't see
when
that.
he learns it?
He's just gonna be like, who cares? She's the right queen.
He's also I can totally see that happen. He's also a Stark, which is super loyal people. To follow the rules. What's going to happen when they find out that they're, aunt and nephew.
So wait, he's no longer considered Stark, right? So who
he's
is...
half Stark. He is, and even if he finds out he's Targaryen, he's still a Stark because his dad and Ned Stark's sister. So he's Ned Stark's nephew.
Does a hierarchy or the lineage, does it work that way, or does it go from Ned Stark down? Because if it goes from Ned Stark down,
I don't know, man.
Then...
No, it can't go from Ned Stark down. It comes from the Mad King was king, and so the rightful heir should have been his kids, which is Daenerys and his brother, who keep making jokes about how he burned and he's not immune to fire or burning gold. So the Mad King's brother is Jon's father. So I guess the Mad King's brother would have been the next one on the throne, but he got killed too. And so I don't know, man. Maybe I don't know the laws of the hierarchies and why is it Jon Snow and not Daenerys. There's probably going to be fighting about that. You know they're going to build that tension later. Like,
well, I mean, I assume the hierarchy is simply just like what you mentioned earlier. It's the fact that he's a guy and he's the son of that girl.
Yeah.
The Onion Knight.
Well, the Onion Knight is the Onion Knight. It's he's like Jon Snow's like advisor.
Okay.
The one that was Stannis' advisor first.
Yeah. He's a great character, but I think he lasted way too long.
Oh, he's a cool character. The inbreeding is a Game of Thrones staple. I agree. So it doesn't really matter. they might not like that. Jon Snow and then Daenerys, they might be like, this is awkward.
But they're gonna be like, if the Lannisters are doing it, we're doing it too. Apparently, in this universe, like we're the only ones that have a problem with that. Like in that universe, it's completely fine.
Well, it was fine, like in our universe too, like thousands of years ago. Then we realized it was created really problematic.
Yeah, it has
DNA changes.
It has genetic problems.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see Melisandre again. Stannis is dead. The Onion King Knight is now Jon Snow's help. Brienne, I'm interested in Brienne because her and Jaime have history, and Tormund wants to have babies with Brienne, and we don't know if Tormund's dead or alive. And she's still supposed to protect Sansa and Cersei, and so I'm sure she's going back to Winterfell as well.
I think the Onion Knight will die.
Probably.
I think we definitely will see Melisandre back. Because she has to. I think she's going to come back and redeem herself in a certain way because she seems apologetic about it, and she's also has a crazy amount of power. She's connected to the Lord of Light. So why would this crazy powerful character just be gone in the most important part of the show?
I don't know. We like this episode. We didn't see Gendry.
Oh yeah, we didn't.
We didn't see Gendry. What's his purpose in this whole storyline? I mean, he's like Robert's son, Robert's Baratheon, so he should be the heir to that king. Aegon Targaryen, was Aegon the Mad King? And sister wives, who? I like that we're asking our audience for answers that we do not know it.
Yeah,
we're so not pro-Nemo.
We're not, but I'm glad you guys are here to answer.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you for commenting.
I'm trying to think. Sorry about the awkward pause. I'm just sitting here wondering about what could be left or what could be happening.
I'm super interested in what happens to Tyrion next. We have no idea. That could be the major plot twist of this whole story.
Yeah, there was a promise made in that conversation that we didn't see. I think that would be amazing.
There was a bargain made or something, and Tyrion, maybe he'll sacrifice himself. Maybe he's gonna. I have no idea. It's just. But Cersei's prophecy is that she's gonna be killed by one of her brothers.
Right.
From I think that's from the book exclusively. I'm not sure if the show actually did that.
Remember in that sequence that Tyrion and Cersei were talking, Tyrion pours a bottle of wine for her, and she doesn't drink it? Did she drink it at all? So I wonder if as we were talking, same thing, as there was a part of conversation that we didn't see, and you know how it was a peace offering. You know, we'll both drink our wine. Let me pour you a cup, basically. Maybe she will drink it whenever they made the deal, and we just didn't see it. Because I thought it was strange that he just pours it and puts it on the table, and as far as I remember, she doesn't touch it. She just looks at it and it's like, you know.
Maybe she doesn't want to drink because she's pregnant.
Yeah, but dude, it's a fantasy universe in the world that, you know, brothers fuck sisters. I don't think drinking alcohol while you're pregnant is really a concern.
That's true. Tyrion promised not to kill Cersei.
Oh, so, I mean, I guess that would make sense. That would make sense in the progression of this episode, because then she turns on Jaime, the only brother she has left.
Why would she turn on Jaime for no reason, though?
Because you said...
And seriously, she could have easily, like, you know, convinced him the other way around. Why did she go this way?
Because, A, he probably couldn't be convinced.
Why not?
He was dead set doing the right thing.
If that's the case, then his acting was lacking. I feel like every time she's been able to convince him to come back to her, and this time, yeah, he gave a little more, you know, like, no, we should do this instead. And she just lost it, and she's like, oh, fuck you, I'm going to kill you then.
Well, I mean, Jaime's been pushed, I feel like, a couple of times over this season, and maybe even the ending of last season, where he's realizing that this woman that he loves and his sister, all those things, she's becoming really, like, evil. Like, right. So this might be the last straw.
But he loves her so much that he's like, fine, have me kill me right now. But then he still walks away. It's because he knows she's bluffing, because he knows she loves him back. But why? You were saying that her discussion with Tyrion had something to do with her sending Jaime off, I guess, in a way. Not sending him off.
Well, I mean, if like, Tyrion promised, if that was a deal, that Tyrion said, I'm not going to be the one that kills you. And you're saying that she has a prophecy that we saw even earlier in the show that one of your brothers will kill you. If, for example, this deal is that it's not going to be me, she only has one brother left.
Yeah, but I don't think she talks about these prophecies I don't think Tyrion knows about the prophecy or anything.
About her prophecy. She does. That's the only person that matters. She's the only one that knows. Fan, you're asking what books we think Sam brought. There was a whole... I don't know if you were part of our discussion last episode. That whole sequence where Sam goes to the Citadel library and just grabs scrolls and grabs books. The scroll thing didn't make any sense to us.
Like the books, yeah, he's like, oh, I need this. Yeah. Oh, I need this. That's about dragon. Oh, I need this. But then he takes the scrolls on top of the shelves, like,
just like grabs.
This will do. This will do. Might be about the creatures in the sea. Who knows? Yo, you know what I think also?
I agree.
When you're on.
Go ahead. Don't lose your thought. Don't lose your thought. Keep going.
I won't lose my thought. I want to hear what Abel says because it's pretty funny. Yeah, but I feel like Tyrion's smart enough to realize she was bullshitting about the baby.
She's not bullshitting about the baby. Why do you think that?
Because why not? Like she's running out of friends. She's accumulating enemies. She's running out of tricks. That's like one other trick that she can pull, like a last-minute trick.
No, but she's trying to save her family name, right? Like this evil character has one goal, which is for her family to thrive.
The same for Tyrion.
Yeah, but she needs to have babies for her family to thrive. So why lie about that? If she lies, her family just dies. She needs to have babies. Like, she has a goal of having kids because her kids just keep dying in tragic, horrible, but satisfying ways. But still, like, I don't think that's a lie. I think she's genuinely pregnant. And I think she used Jaime for that, but she's pregnant.
Okay. I don't think she used Jaime. Well, maybe she did.
And then Bronn is also gone. Bronn? Yeah, Bronn.
Bronn? No, he's not gone. He has a castle now. He's preparing for a fight. Getting more oil. 500 barrels to be precise.
Wait, there is commentary for this episode. Peter Dinklage says the romance don't go well. What romance? Which one is he referring to?
Probably Daenerys and Jon.
Huh. Wait. How is there commentary for this episode? And if there's, how have you listened to it already?
I have no idea. Maybe Tyrion is supposed to kill one of them now, and that's why he's sad.
I think so. I believe that.
Yeah, that's not. But why? But what would be? I mean, why? Like, what would be the purpose of this deal with his sister? To keep the
right.
the name going, to keep the family going, to keep like the blood going.
I mean, the ultimate goal is that, but I think the short-term goal is to keep this lie that they've came up with, which is, you know, the Lannisters are going to help. So he's sent along to basically prolong that lie, to say, you know, I was there in the meeting, I was the one to convince her. Maybe. I mean, this is just speculation.
But he believes that
okay,
Daenerys should be the queen.
Yeah, because he said he believes that, you know, she's the good, she will make the world a better place. But at the same time, just like Abel or Fam, one of them said, the whole conversation changed when Tyrion found out there was a baby. So as much as he wanted Daenerys to be the queen, everything changed because he loved Cersei's babies. He loves her family, his family.
So now you think that since he knows that there's like a new Lannister on the way, he wants that kid to become the ruler, and he's gonna give up on Daenerys being the ruler?
I don't know about the ruler, but he just, you know, he wants his family to survive and thrive. I don't know if has he, aside from obviously believing Daenerys, has he ever implied that much about the politics of the world? He just I feel like he happens upon it because he's good at it. Right. But not necessarily, he's not Littlefinger. He's not always planning things and trying to come up with things.
He's not. Yeah, I don't think Dany's gonna have a baby. What if Dany can die from blue fire? Mind blown. Think about that. Her passed away now white walking dragon can now kill her, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, have they implied that the different flame colors have that much of a difference? I know the green one was supposed to be so powerful and you see it, but
who knows, man? Like, who knows? I just don't think they're gonna have a baby.
Dany and Jon?
Yeah, because right now it's gonna go so fast because Winterfell's not far and then King's Landing is not far. It's gonna go so fast, so we're not gonna have time to see like them having a baby.
Yeah, but at the same time, they've completely screwed the timeline of this show. Not screwed it, but just as far as when things jump. So you never know. They might have been saying this whole time that things are happening really quick, but this one sail ride from King's Landing to back to Winterfell or wherever they're going, now all of a sudden takes 2 years or 9 months exactly, whatever it is.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, but
it's not possible.
It's
no way.
It's also crazy how fast they've jumped things around in this season.
So first episode, the King Roberts and Cersei, you meet all the main characters that we see now almost. They get to Winterfell and the ride took a month.
I think the ride will probably take a couple of weeks.
The White Walkers are going to get there much faster in a month. They're going to get there in like 2 weeks from now.
But yeah, okay. I don't think they're going to Winterfell.
Which means, why would they not go to Winterfell?
They mentioned that they're going to go somewhere, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't Winterfell. Abel or Fan, if you guys remember. They have to go somewhere. They're landing somewhere else before Winterfell, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, where did the White Walkers want to go?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know their motivation. The whole world, maybe? So just going south. They came from north.
Maybe they want to go to the Citadel because they know there's information there that could, really seriously compromise their agenda.
The White Walkers' agenda?
Yeah.
We don't even know if they have agendas. They just want to kill. Like,
they just want to. No, they want to kill, but then revive as a White Walker.
I think that's just a side effect, right?
What did they eat? Like, I want to know what they have fun with in life.
You want to get to know them. What makes you, White Walkers? What's a perfect Saturday night for you? Oh man, we've been going for like an hour and 10 minutes.
This is great. There's still more. What Abel and Fan and Louis? What do you guys think of? Tyrion being a Targaryen. Tyrion the Targaryen. It rhymes. It could work.
You should read fans' comments. That's all they want. And they just, they move south and just ruin neighborhoods.
We want to go to the beach, damn it.
And they get somewhere warmer and the winter's there. That's a whole show. They're like, fuck, it's cold everywhere. Oh god, that would be amazing.
Yeah, that's
if they all of a sudden end the show in like a stupid comedy kind of way. So great.
They're like sitting on the beaches on this chair drinking like some fuzzy drink.
Well, you know what? How many of those main White Walkers, so like the Night King, are there? Like handful, right?
There's a handful, and each one of them can resuscitate or bring back the dead, and then those dead walkers become theirs to control. But the Night King still rules them because he's the one that's like, oh, that dragon's mine.
Right, but at the same time, they can't. Can there be more? Can there be more of those?
Who knows how many there are, man? We don't know how many there are. We have no idea how many Knight Commanders are there.
Abel's saying that he thinks the Night King has the power to see the future. He was waiting for that dragon to take down the wall for sure. Well, if he can see the future, then kind of helps your theory of the Night King being the same as, the three-eyed...
Well, they can see each other. The three-eyed raven and the Night King can, see each other eye to eye.
Right. Tyrion's not a Targaryen. Bran would said so when he revealed Jon was.
Okay, yeah, sure. I have a question about this, Louis. That's good because, we learned that Bran knows everything that's going on right now, and he knows everything that's gone on in the past. That's great. Awesome, Bran. But I don't get the part where Sam tells him some info about Jon's parents actually getting a marriage going on.
Right.
And then he went back in time in his mind and saw it for himself. So, yes, he can see everything that's happened in the past, but I feel like he can only go to any place he wants if he wants to learn something about something. So he doesn't really know everything, but he has the choice to go. And if he learns something, he can, double-check the facts.
Right. I actually really like that because they're saying he can follow a timeline if he chooses to and know everything that happened within that timeline, but he's not all-knowing. So the Sam let him know about a timeline that he didn't know, a certain sequence of events, and he went back and verified it.
Yeah, but I guess he went back and looked at Littlefinger's every single move from the get-go, and he was like, yeah, okay, he's a douchebag. But how are his sisters completely on board with it? Because they've seen him do the bad things. Okay, move on.
Kill the Night King, all the whites die.
If they kill the Night... I know, maybe that's their... Hopefully that's their strategy, to just kill the Night King. But again, the Night King is front of the line, hey guys, we're here. So he's probably has a few tricks up his sleeve because he knows he's very vulnerable. He knows his army is vulnerable because he could get killed and all the White Walkers die.
I mean, his army is one situation where the actual army itself doesn't matter because he can just keep raising the dead.
Yeah, so Tyrion's not Targaryen. Bran would have said so when he revealed Jon was. Yes, but maybe Tyrion is. It's just that Bran hasn't
been led to it, basically.
Like Abel says, literally throw Bran a bone and he will find out what happens. That's awesome. Great analogy. So Bran is like a dog, officially now in my brain.
This episode was called the Dragon and the Wolf.
Yeah.
I know they were talking about the houses, but I would have really loved to see the wolf.
I think they're more talking about... They're talking about Jon Snow. Because he's both a dragon and a wolf.
Because he's from the House of Starks, which is the wolves, right?
Stark is wolf, Targaryen's dragon.
Right.
He's the dragon and the wolf, yeah.
If the Night King can interact with Bran, that maybe he could possess them, his powers could apply. Amplify.
Yeah, but maybe Tyrion being a Targaryen is so far-fetched that Bran's not going to be like, oh, let me verify that. Maybe he doesn't until someone points it out to him. who knows? But that's a good point, Louis.
Mm-hmm. The Night King's dog.
I still think Bran is the Night King. Somehow they'll. I think next season is going to be heavy on time travel, like super heavy.
Do we know if Bran can see into the future yet? Because he almost had a line of dialogue that was leading to him saying that. I thought he was going to say he knows the future, but it never got there. He was saying he can see everything in the past, he can see everything that can happen, he can see everything that's happening now.
He doesn't talk about seeing the future now.
Right. Because if he does...
He knows everything that's happening, so now... He was... I think... You remember when he was by the tree, he was looking at the... His eyes was white, so he was actually working with something. He was probably working with the crow, I think. One of the crows that was over the wall when the attack happened.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's going to be able to tell Jon what's happened, but... Does everybody believe him? Believe Bran about him knowing everything? How does he prove that to anyone?
Remy, can you sit up straight a little bit? Your face is cut off right now. Keep going, keep going, there you go. You're back.
Sorry. Bran is a wolf, Night King is a dragon. That would be bad for everyone.
That would actually be really cool battle. Like, that's one way the season could go. Obviously, there's going to be this crazy battle, at least two-way, between the forces of the White Walkers and the North, Jon Snow and everybody. So it could be this crazy dramatic battle that's happening, but at the end of it, not at the end of it, but at the heat of it, the Night King and Bran are having their own battle and their own little thing that they go to, this, fantasy land.
their own place.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Gosh, that would be so cool.
Because he can walk and stuff.
Yeah. But I think he is they look so similar. The nose. I don't know. There's something. I don't think that's like a mistake. I think it's on purpose almost.
Yeah. Louis, about going back in the past. That's one thing that's always confusing about anything that involves time travel or like going into the past. Like, is it something that he's changed the past, or has it always been that way and he just, he was going along with the way things were going to go? Because he didn't change the past. Hodor was always Hodor. Even before he had the ability to go back and see
but he did something. He altered the past right there, because that just brought me back to that whole Hodor scene. Like, that's the craziest time travel thing I've ever seen in a story like that. It's like, so good. So I'm sorry, I'm just back in that scene. It was so good.
I think any story that involves time travel has that loop where it's a paradox and you're just sitting there wondering.
Yeah, always.
So I feel like that's never going to be properly answered. And it's frustrating, but it's...
I don't know, maybe something then happened that just tumbled everything else that's going on right now. Man, crazy, huh?
Do I think Jon and Dany together is bad? Bad in... I don't think it's bad. I think it's touching and it's nice to see these two characters have gone through a lot.
That was good. The door opens and it's like, oh, they're gonna do it, and then like her eyes are shining and his eyes are shining, and then they close the door and you're like, yeah. Anyways,
I think it's nice. I actually, as far as characters go and as far as actors go, those two are definitely not my top 10 or anything, but I'm glad, these two characters I've gone through a lot are getting a happy moment.
Yeah, happy moments. He had a stroke, yeah. Hodor. Oh, poor Hodor.
Hodor was awesome. I feel bad because I just deleted his picture from the slideshow that's playing over there.
How dare you, Nima. That's sad.
I know. He's the only one I deleted. I went back and there was like, Hodor, delete.
All right, so to wrap it up, who do you want to be on the throne at the end of this? Do you want it to be a throne at the end of this?
Don't care. The only part of Game of Thrones I don't care about is the throne part.
So what do you want to happen? What would be your ideal ending?
I don't know, man. I give up control to the creators and the writers.
Oh, come on. But just speculate. Like, what do you think? What would you do as a creator if you were in charge of ending Game of Thrones?
I don't know. I feel like what I would like to happen is these characters that have been side characters coming back. Like, like the tragic scene between the mother and daughter and Cersei in the last episode or episode before that, where she supposedly poisons the daughter of the Saint.
Sure.
Like I want them to come back. Like that would be really cool if they come back and get the revenge, because they're pissed off and they've been pissed off for like a whole season now.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be one of these obvious main ones.
Everyone dies. Yeah, I could see that happen.
Like Shakespeare, just everybody dies at the end.
That's it. That's all you got for me. You don't have
anyone but Cersei.
You're reading the comments before everybody else can read them on the screen, Nima.
Dude, I told you like 1,000 times. Just pull up YouTube's chat. That's all you should look at.
I'm looking at it right now, but I'm seeing them like literally 2-3 seconds after you read the question out.
Because maybe I have slightly faster internet.
Yeah, I don't know if you're talking to me or if you're
sorry.
If you're just reading it.
Cersei becomes a Night Queen. That would be really cool.
That's good.
That would be a badass way. I don't know if that the show will end that way. I don't know if that's a good way to end this show as a whole, but that would be a really cool event to happen in general. Because take her to the next level. Because what else has she done? Like, that's the thing. She's like pushed it so far as being evil and just killing people. Like, what else has she got left to do? She's gonna cut off somebody's penis. We've already seen that happen. So, like, I don't like as. How bad is it going to escalate with her?
Yeah. I don't know. I think Jon would be a good king, but I'd be surprised if he makes it through.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if he makes it through the next season and to the end of the show. I'd be surprised if either of the dragons make it to the end of the show. I'd be surprised if the White King and his army make it to the end of the show. I'd be surprised if Arya, I would be surprised if Arya dies. Stop laughing before I can see the comments. Sorry.
I think Arya will die as well.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe. Probably.
There was a video, somebody posted a link on Reddit, I think. It was George R.R. Martin on some interview show. I forgot what it was. It was one of the night shows. And he was saying he hates, like, in stories where you see the hero in battle and you don't care because it's the hero in battle. No matter what, he will survive. Like, that's one of the things he hated, and that's one of the things that was so great about Game of Thrones, because anybody could die. But this season, like, every time Jon Snow is in battle, you're like, oh, at this point he's just not gonna die.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we're gonna see a massive battle with all these characters, and most of them are gonna die during the battle. That'd be cool. That would be new. That'd be pretty cool. Because, like, remember, J.R.R. Martin told the producers of the show, the end game, how the story actually ends. So they're writing the show's story to that end. He's going to do the same thing, but writing he's going to have the same ending, but the different way to the ending. So, so if what you're saying is true, as in he's sick of, the hero in the battle is going to make it through the battle, he's going to change that around. That's just logical, right?
Right, but I'm saying that was a problem with this season, is the fact that it had the same flaw that he's been talking about, other things that he doesn't like having, is the fact that the hero will always survive. This season had that problem.
So do you think they're writing the show like way more traditionally?
I think so.
Oh, man.
I think also part of the problem is, like, obviously we had somebody tell us that, he told the producers how the show's going to end, the creators, so they can write to the same thing. But what's stopping him from changing his mind?
Sure.
Like, the writing process is that you write something else and it's there and you're looking at it, you're having your editor and your readers read it before you publish it, and everyone's like, this sucks. So he's going to change his mind, and all of a sudden the show's completely different from the books.
But that means he already is writing the books, probably the last book or books, and he already knows how the show's going to go, and he already probably knows, okay, a lot of people are not going to like this ending, I'm going to satisfy them. So it's just like a big money thing for him then.
I don't want to label him as but yeah.
I mean, I hope not. I hope he just writes it for his own brain. for his own self-indulgent creative purposes, which is what I want to read, even though I would never read that. I just have my wife tell me about it later.
No, there's a problem, and we won't talk about it because there was news about something that I care about having the similar problem this week, and we won't talk about it on air.
What?
But there's a thing.
Hold on. What was it?
Hold on.
Star Wars?
No, I don't care about Star Wars that much. I still enjoy it, but don't care about it. But what I'm saying is, when you get to the point of story becoming so big and it has so many followers and so many people that genuinely care about the story, maybe even more than you as a creators do, you get to the point that it's impossible to satisfy the readers.
Everyone. Right.
So you're gonna at some level disappoint people who are expecting something that you may not be able to reach to, or you write something that you're disappointing people that didn't care enough. So he might be at that point. It might not be about money, but it might be at the point that that's the reason it's taking so long to do this last book or to do the next book, whatever it is. He's at the point that the story is more popular to the point that he can't satisfy anybody.
Right.
But and I feel like I'm there.
I don't think he'd give a crap.
I mean,
J.R.R. Martin, I don't think he would give a crap.
I think you write for somebody. It could, maybe it's not a million people, but it could be just that one person.
I think this guy writes for himself. Like, again, he puts so many details in his book that really are not relevant to the storyline, just because he likes doing that for himself.
Yeah, but maybe. But traditionally, every interview that I read with a writer, all of them say the same thing: is you write for somebody. Like, you write for that one person in your life, and that's your reader, because that person will tell you if it's good or bad.
Then it makes it easier then.
Right.
If that person is the same person, then you just write for that person.
Like, what's his name? Stephen King, if I'm not mistaken, he writes for his wife. Like, she is that one reader.
Right.
So he might be at the point that even whoever that one reader is, even if it's not a million, it's just one person, you can't satisfy them. Because, like, here's the thing. As an audience member, I'm kind of at that point where the story's gone on for so long and so many spectacular things have happened. It's hard to satisfy me. Like, this whole season, I was disappointed compared to the last seasons and the seasons before that, where, like, the success rate for me of this season was like 30%, where 3 episodes were spectacular. The rest of them were like, for me. And that's not the show's fault. That's not the creator's fault. It's just me as an audience expecting
it built up
way
to
too
the
much.
last one. The last one was really good.
It was incredible. Absolutely.
Yeah, so good. It is a game, Game of Thrones, and they bring it up sometimes, the characters in the show, that it's a game. So let's try to look at let's speculate about the ending as a game.
If he's talking about the actual game, I've heard the Game of Thrones Telltale game is really good. I think that's what it's called. And it was leaked today that there was Telltale is a company that makes games based on other people's IP, and apparently they do a fantastic job. Like, their Walking Dead game is more philosophical and more tragic than the show could have ever been. Same thing. So apparently their show is really good. Their game is really good. But also it was leaked today that Bethesda, for anybody that cares, is doing a Game of Thrones game.
That's cool.
Bethesda's other game, which is the Elder Scroll, is also one of the inspirations for Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So the story was inspired by a game.
No, George R.R. Martin, if I'm not mistaken, has already said he was inspired by Tolkien and Elder Scroll.
Wow.
Yeah.
But looking at it from, like, playing a game point of view, maybe it ends with, like, a kind of, like, if you think about chess, like, maybe it ends in a very close to checkmate move from one of the parties, and that the show ends, and it could go either way from that point.
Like a cliffhanger. Okay.
Yeah, but not like a knife to the throat. Is that person going to kill that person? No, more like a strategical cliffhanger.
Right.
Which should be pretty cool.
I agree.
Cool.
So we're gonna wrap it up.
Wrap it up, bro.
Folks, you guys are awesome for hanging out. Abel, Louis, Fan, you guys were amazing. We appreciate it. You guys hung out with us for like an hour and a half, and it's awesome.
Know. Listen to us ramble.
Yeah. For anybody that is still watching, if you guys haven't subscribed, please do. We'll be back with more shows soon. We're gonna take a little bit of break, right, Remy?
I'm down to do another show Sunday, but we would have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, there might be something airing on Sunday that we can talk about, but we'll see. We'll find something. Oh, you know what? No, we can't. It's not even you. But we'll find something. No, I was gonna say Mirror's Edge, but it's not even out yet.
What if at the end all we see is like Sam playing a board game, like with his wife or someone?
Sam could be the person that writes this story for the later generations, and that's what we're reading. We're reading Sam's story.
That's what's gonna happen. I think it's gonna end with Sam writing this whole story.
Yeah. Again, like Tolkien did. Yeah. Damn. It's hard. It's hard to top Tolkien.
Sam. Yeah. Hey, Sam makes it all the way to till the end, and Sam is Frodo's like right-hand man. Is always there for him. So is this Sam for John. So maybe that's what's gonna happen. Maybe they're both gonna stay alive at the end.
I think Frodo and Sam in the story were gonna die.
They don't die.
They don't die, but they were going to. Because once you're a ring bearer, you become...
Yeah, and well, I mean, the last Game of Thrones, not Game of Thrones movie, the last Lord of the Ring movies, it just drags on forever. I just hope this one does not drag on with like Sam and John like together on the volcano. It's like, oh, this was fun. Yeah, so Frodo.
God, we gotta wrap it up. But that would have been the perfect ending for Lord of the Rings. On the volcano, as it's about to, they don't know what's gonna happen. Just end it right there.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure the books did end right there. But whatever.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
Really? They went on?
Yeah. They went on.
Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. We'll be back soon-ish.
Thank you so much for watching us. I'm so sad that this season's over. I can't wait for next season. We'll be back for that. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'm Remy.
I'm Nima. Everybody have a great night, and we'll be back soon at some point. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Whew. Oh, man. Sweat.
You done stroking your beard? Beard?
Am I done stroking my beard?
Yeah, you didn't stroke your beard that much today.
I did. I did a mustache thing a lot because it's getting really long. Oh, shit.